Hello Pisces, I am Ulrich, I am a Lenormand card reader, but today we will do a spiritual, philosophical card reading for the sign of Pisces for the month of January. This is a totally different deck than we use normally, but these cards are very good guides and I had very good answers coming out of them for guiding us on our way in life. Anyway, as always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Pisces for the month of January, and these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, Pisces, here we go for your philosophical, spiritual card reading for the month of January. If you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below. Hello Pisces, and welcome to your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. As the first card here we see it says let off steam. The next card is persevere, and the last card is say thank you. This is what we are seeing here. We first focus on the first card. This card tells us that we need to blow off some steam. Maybe this is time for a period for taking it more easy. Maybe you have a lot of stress. And maybe here we feel like sometimes that we are about to attack people. Maybe we are more assertive, even aggressive. Sometimes also this card tells us that we need to blow off some steam. We might feel sometimes ready to fight, ready for combat here. Anyway, in this state, we are sometimes also fast to make rash decisions. Sometimes we say things we don't mean. We draw certain conclusions that are maybe irrelevant and not immediately connected, and maybe we react in a kind of excusive manner. Sometimes it is that our ego is over manning itself here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, here we see that we need to stay connected with our mind here. We need to adapt ourselves here, let the steam out. If we want certain steam out, we can go to the gym, we can hit a sandbag, can go for a jog, or whatever makes you drain your energy here. You can also jump in the shower if your neighbors are not against that, of course, and scream up the top of your lungs. Here we see that we need to let our adrenaline out. We can also scream in the wind. Anyway, we should tell here the universe that we are in a difficult period, and we could growl like a bear here for letting certain steams out. Of course, if this is not possible, all this for you, you can also use the psychological approach, and you can write your worries and your frustrations down in a book or in a journal here. Of course, this is not to be shared for other people. This you keep to yourself, but it's a way here that we see to unleash certain angers here with this combination. Anyway, don't make decision also with this card tells us when you're upset, do not pick up the phone. Don't also send certain emails or text messages. You could be emotional here. Wait to see before you can think more clearly here. Anyway, just be careful here not to attack certain people if you are in a certain mood. It could come up this month here that you are more assertive, and that you could go towards people if you feel threatened here. If you have certain frustrations and anger, try to unload them in a neutral place. Also be careful not to continue this anxiety or stress even that you feel inside of you. It will block your mind also, and you might even hurt yourself, so be careful here with this combination. Anyway, here we need to try to diffuse ourselves and come in a more safe situation. The next card here is the card of perseverance. If you have here, we see that we need to persevere if we are in a positive path. It doesn't mean because we have a stressful period here that we cannot persevere our path. Here, this tells us that also in another way, maybe we are angry because of love, and we feel love towards people, and we have certain angers because of that. But here it says us that if we persevere, we can start to resonate on a higher frequency of love. It's like here you shift into a different gear, but of course sometimes our ego can be overwhelming, and if our ego feels that we are suppressing him, and make him powerless, and we really feel love or others, here it could urge you to stop you. So be aware of certain resistance that you can feel in your body and in your from your ego, but stay loyal here to your mind, to what you feel here. It's important here that you pursue the inner dialogue with yourself here, because sometimes our ego can discourage us for if we have love efforts towards people, for loving others, or for loving a certain person. Anyway, here, this card wants us to create positive vibration, take it to the next level, make ourselves more stable, consistent, patient. Also, this is the card about discipline, practice. Sometimes also we can practice our love and discipline here. Anyway, we should not lose certain determination live by our own rules, our own regulations, our own way of love here. We need to stay true on what we love and to ourselves here. You need to stay true what you believe in and what reflects in your authentic self. Don't let yourself influence by other people. You might not see an immediate result of this, but you will feel it inside yourself, that you are people around you will notice there a change in you, like a change in your being here, and your attention will bring you eventually to a higher level, and people will notice this, and you will send these vibrations very quickly in your surroundings. Then the card for the future here is the card that tells us here that we need to say thank you for those around you. Maybe there are some people around you that help you in certain ways, and that maybe they contribute to your success as a businessman, or to your success in your work, or that help you on your work in general. Here, sometimes here we need to suppress certain fears, and we need to actually say thank you. So look around you and remark who around you is helping you tirelessly. Here we sometimes need to acknowledge that these people, their love for their work and their help towards you help you to stay safe, grounded, and out of harm's way. So you need to recognize these people. Probably they don't draw attention to you, but it doesn't mean we don't need to respect them, and we should be happy that they help us. This could be a partner that is around you. This could be on the work floor. This could be your parents. This could be a brother, sisters, people you can always count on, or maybe a well-meant mentor or a teacher who believes in you. This is what we are seeing here. In a more extensive way, we can sometimes see also our boss. We see our boss that pushes us towards certain creativity or efficiency, and we might feel threatened, as we saw earlier here, that we are a bit angry. But anyway, this is all for our good here, because this is for helping us in a positive way. Of course, this being said, if it's not going into abuse. Anyway, also, sometimes we see if we have children children are very willing to help us, they make us laugh, and we need to be strong for them, and they are strong for us here. Sometimes also, if we have a good neighbor, he can brighten our day, he gives us a smile, he waves at us, and some friends that we spend some time on, and they listen to your problems here or your problems of the day, and it helps you moving forward. Anyway, these are persons that silently carry your bases here. So sometimes here we are very overwhelmed by our ego and focused on it. But here this tells us that we need to step back. We need to say thank you to these people who make your life better in general here. So smile at them, give them, acknowledge them, the gifts that they give you. It doesn't matter if it's the mailman or a young lady who makes you coffee at the local coffee shop. She makes you the perfect cappuccino, or even a competitor who who brings your creativity, or your boss, your creativity to the next level here, it's time to recognize that you rely on yourself and that you say thank you. So pay attention to the quiet grace from the people around you who do everything to make your life easier, to have peace of mind here. Do not take for granted these gifts that you receive from others. So say thank you without hesitation. So Pisces, this is all for the shell or the water group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this philosophical spiritual card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. It's proven to be, for me, a very good guide, and they help me with people for helping them on their way. Anyway, thank you, Pisces, for your time, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. Hello Pisces, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. Here the first card that we see here is that we let ourselves, our true inner self, come back home. Maybe you lost yourself through the years. Sometimes it means we can see this, that we come into the same old conversations with ourselves. We don't feel inspiration anymore. We are tired of our monotonous routines. Sometimes we have certain rejections. Sometimes we feel insecure, and we could also feel bored with the job that we are doing. We always do the same routine job. We have the same hard day's work here, and here it's like we feel there's a lack of inspiration inside ourselves here. We have no longer hope here, and it's like we are living somebody else's life here. And it's like here we took on a certain ego, and this gave us a place in society, but it stands also in our doorway. We can no longer get over the threshold. We can no longer change. And it's maybe possible here with this card that it's time for you to come home, that your true self comes home. We can do this, for instance, by creating a pleasant atmosphere here. So we need to get rid of the monotony, the chaos, the neglect, things that are around us that no longer welcome in our life. You will feel this in yourself here, what we are seeing here. Our inner self is the most important for us. It gives us peace. It has a place in our life here. So you should invite your true self back to you here with this combination here. It's like you need to cleanse yourself. You need to find the fire in yourself back and get rid of all the old junk that is surrounding you here. Sometimes also it could point that our housekeeping is a little bit out of order. We are like a little bit disturbed, or maybe our home environment is a little bit dusty, crumbling. Or maybe we just feel chaotic in our house here. It's like our mind here with this card can find no peace here, and maybe it's time to clean up, organize your home, rekindle our true spirit here. If you don't feel much like it, ask a friend here to help you make your space yours again. Be proud of where you live, make it as beautiful as possible, and you will see that your life improves. The less things you have, of course, the less you need to clean up here. This is, of course, also an advantage. Anyway, your mind will feel more happy if your home environment is clean and more tied up here. So make your place worthy of your mind and give it back its place. Sometimes for some of you, you can light a candle. Some of you can say a prayer for coming back to themselves. It all depends on your personal religion and what you make feel good, or what makes you spiritual feel good. Anyway, if you do all these things, you see that you will feel more inspired and you feel more happy in your own world. Then the next card here that we are having here, it's like this time tells us that we need to rebel ourselves. It's actually closely connected to the other cards. Here it's time like that we free ourselves here. We put ourselves against the routine, like the ego that we build up, and we need to take back control of our life here. Actually, this means that you are not accountable to anybody. You are free yourself. You have your own spirit here. And maybe it's time to let go certain symbols of authority that overwhelming you. And maybe you need to go inside yourself and ask yourself, who do I allow to control my life? Your spirit. Maybe you need to make yourself free of the past. Maybe some people in the past try to bring you in certain areas. Maybe they dominated you in certain ways, and it's time maybe now to let that go. These are the ghosts of the past, and sometimes the ego clings to them, and we need to let that go. Maybe this makes you scared for taking the next step. Maybe you are scared if you make a change of direction in your life, you will see looks of disapproval, but you are the one in charge of your life. This is what we are seeing here. You are the one who let them can go away. If you say this is the direction that you will be taking on, this is your choice. Other people, let's say that you have people around you who dominate you. These are just common people. They are just like you. And some people sometimes react scared because they have been scared in the past also. But it's you who allow them and their egos to make you scared. And actually, also, they are looking for forgiveness and for a way out. So here we need to let these people, these authorities out of the past, let go. And you don't need to let other people control you of any power. We need to release those people here in a certain way. Actually, if you see it in a way, you're much smarter and intelligent than they are, and they are actually scared. Some people act differently because they are scared. This is what you are seeing here, and you should not engage with these people. You are only accountable to yourself and to your higher spirit, whatever that may be, your God or your spirituality here, and of course, your personal truth and your morals. The only question, the current question is with this card is, what is your personal truth? So listen to your mind, your own mind, and follow what you feel inside yourself, because that's the only authority that you are accountable for. Then the last card here is that we need to let steam off. What does this card mean? Well, this card tells us actually maybe we feel anger inside because some people are dominated. Maybe we are not going the way that we should go. And it's like here we feel threatened. And because people dominate us, we could have a reaction here of fleeing, or it could spark your adrenaline, and sometimes maybe you're almost ready to fight here, and our body could be overwhelmed here with hormones, with anger here. This is what we are seeing here, because maybe inside you are fear, and these people make you fear. And in this state, sometimes we are quick to make certain decisions. We say things we don't mean. We draw conclusions that are irrelevant or are not connected. So we should reflect here before react if we feel this inside. The important thing here is that we reconnect with ourselves and we find a line of conduct and let the steam off. You can go to the gym, you can hit a sandbag, you can go for a run, you can jump in the shower, shout if your neighbors allow that, is. And here we need to let our adrenaline wander here. You can go outside and scream if you're angry. This is what we are seeing here. Here we need to see that we let steam off here. If you don't have possibilities to go to the gym or whatever, just write your frustrations down. Sometimes that helps also for many people, for writing the frustrations down, and you see you will cool down. You don't need to share this with anybody, these details. It's just a way for unleashing certain angers in your life and let your adrenaline go, and then you will see after this you will calm down more. You will make more simple, easy decisions here, decisions that are relevant, that are reflected on here. And this is the idea that we don't make wrong decisions here. We need to think things really true here. Also, if you feel angry, don't pick up the phone, don't send emails, just keep to yourself here till your mind is clear, until you can think clear here. You need to let your mind work and think here. This is very important. And if you see, you keep some distance, you take an overview, you will see that you will not be so easy to go in attack mode or in defensive mode here. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe some people also literally get attacked here with this card. So we should here get our frustrations away here. We should unload them in a neutral place, or it's possible that it's reversed and some people come up to you and act aggressive to you. It's called deplacement, so we deplace it then. But anyway, here we should be careful if you're very stressed, maybe anxiety, we should recognize that this is inside of us, because this will block yourself, and it's possible also that you hurt yourself or somebody hurts you here. So we need to find a safe way here to unwind ourselves. So this will help you to diffuse and see the real perception, and you need to ask yourself, where do you really want to go? You need to find yourself back here. This is the essence of this reading. Anyway, Pisces, this is all for the air group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this spiritual philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time. And of course, you can find the Lenormand card readings, love card readings. There are many topics that we touch in my channel, so just check it out. Anyway, thank you for your time, Pisces, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for now, and bye-bye. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Earth or the Stone group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. The first card here is probably we have made some mistakes here, because this is the card that we should say, I'm sorry. This is the card of restarting, and this card tells us that it's time for go for it or yes. So we go in more details here. We start with the first card here. Maybe here you need to face certain truths. You have built up a certain ego, a persona, and maybe sometimes for some people here, they have made a mistake here, and we owe some people an excuse or an explanation here. Sometimes we justify ourselves, but actually sometimes here with this card it points out that we are that we didn't act just, or maybe we acted in an evil way. This is possible. Also, it's possible that our persona is quite strict, or that we have certain limitations and we don't want to admit, or we ignore. We have made mistakes here, but maybe because we are defending ourselves here, this is what we are seeing here. Sometimes with this card we refuse to apologize here, but eventually there is an issue here that it's obvious there is an issue here. Anyway, we need to recognize that we are all students of life. We made mistake, and it's an essential part of the process that we are going through, no matter what age. Just remember that your mind is still alive here. Be aware of the situation, see what is best for you. But here the thing is, we should forgive and forget here. We should move on here. You should reflect if you have made certain mistakes here. It's time to follow your deeper self and acknowledge if you make certain mistakes. Maybe you caused pain to certain people. It's possible. Maybe these people suffer because of what you said here. Maybe you have spoken harshly towards them. Maybe you give them certain reason to doubt themselves. It's possible that you insulted certain people here, but sometimes also it means that you dampened the spark of their fire here. This is possible also. If not, this card would not be here. I'm just the card reader. Don't shoot the messenger. Anyway, sometimes also it's points that we could have felt some jealousy towards some people, and that we acted or reacted in a disrespectful way. The next card here is that you probably will apologize, because this is the card of the restart. What does this card tell us? Well, here maybe things are not going as they're supposed to would go here, and there are complications in your life right now. But this card tells you, don't worry, things will go over. Whatever the current situation, be aware that this is temporary, and if we act in a certain way, this situation go away. We saw here maybe apologizing might be the right thing to do, and then we uncreate this whole situation. Anyway, sometimes this points that we are co-responsible for creating this, and we need to acknowledge that we created this situation in a powerful way. So you need to ask yourself what is not working for you. Maybe it's not the situation, maybe there's something bigger going on here in your life here that we need to face. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe there are certain things in your life that are in a circle that repeating itself, and maybe you want to avoid these situations in our life. Sometimes it's in our work that is frustrating, but something is going on here with this card here. There are certain experience here that we don't like. Sometimes here it points also that we refuse to take responsibility for certain things that we have done, but that's how it is. That's life sign. That's life sometimes. But it points here, this card, that we need to take responsibilities if we created something in our life, and we need to correct the situation here, the conditions and the circumstances that we created. Of course, this does not mean that you are all to blame, because it takes two parties to dance. So it means there's something going on with the other person also. But anyway, we need to reflect over the situation, how to get out of there. We need to go a certain route so we can turn this in a more positive way. It's like we need to find another route here for getting out. We need to think constructive here, because we are in a difficult situation here. We need to let our mind think here. We need to examine the current situation, and you need to suppress your ego yourself and see how you can get out of there. You need to reflect, you need to think here. If you don't know and you are spiritual, you can meditate. If you have a God that you have, you can talk to your God. Whatever helps you here, you need to find something here to get out of this situation. You can talk to a friend here for getting out of this situation. This is what we are seeing here. Then the last card that we are having here, it means say yes. Here, sometimes it means that we have fear, we have afraid for certain commitments. Maybe we are holding back because we feel vulnerable. This is possible here. It's possible here also that we play the thing safe. Anyway, maybe we have a certain approach to life that we never feel safe. So this could be like we have created a certain persona for ourselves and we don't feel safe. But here, on the other hand, if certain chances in our life appear, we should grasp the moment here. Life never stops, and sometimes we get, because of certain circumstances, we come in a certain position and we miss out on certain chances here. This is what this card is about. Maybe we are in a circle here, and don't let your ego or yourself threaten certain opportunities that are actually in front of you. So here we see that we need to take the risks of life. We should be more open here, take advantage of the moment. It's time to achieve here, to move in another direction and get some results. We need to really move on. We need to let the ball roll and choose for our life. We need to actually end with certain things out of our life and choose for a new path here. You are asked here to enter the flux of life, so don't miss the train here. Take the train because this means that your train is about to come. So don't hesitate, say yes to live, act now, make some changes in your life. This is what we are seeing here. So Pisces, this is all for the Stone Group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical card reading, spiritual card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you're interested in love card readings or financial card readings or Lenormand card readings, you can find them all on my channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, Pisces, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now, Pisces. Hello Pisces, and welcome to the Fire Group for your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of January. As the first card here, I just tell the meaning of the cards here. This card means that we need to catch our breath. We need to find our breath back. Here, this card tells us that we need to connect with our family, but the family that fits us, not necessarily blood relatives, but we need to find a group where we belonging. And here, this card tells us that we need to get back with our feet on the ground, but we will go in the details now. Here, the first card here, it tells us that we need to catch our breath. What does this mean? Well, probably it means that you work very hard. Maybe you work so hard and you're never satisfied. Maybe this is financially, or maybe you don't find satisfaction. It's like something is missing in your life and you always want to do more work harder. Maybe you want to earn more, but here this card tells us maybe it's time to reconnect with our true self and take a step back and catch our breath. Maybe you already feel this coming, it's going too far here. Don't think that your life will fall apart. If you take a step back, it will not. But here we need to take a break from false urges that we have created. We have created a persona for ourselves, and maybe this persona is not in alignment with ourselves, who we really are. Here we are urged to reconnect with who we really are. It's difficult here, but you already feel this in yourself. Anyway, it's time to do what we always have wanted to do. And it's important that we do so, but we need to start here with relaxing. And if you're relaxing, somehow you will be feeling, you need to find a way to relax. You take a walk, you go in meditation, whatever makes you clear your mind. You need to take some distance here from people, from yourself. You need to clear your mind here, and you need to follow your intuition and your inner self here. This is what we are seeing here. We need to detach ourselves here. Maybe we are too intense, close to the persona, the person that we are. And we here, if we take this distance, we will see that we find back who we are. Even if you're resting, you will see that you will come back more to yourself. You should have faith in certain spirituality in yourself. If you are religious, this is different. Then it's like here you find back in your God. You need to communicate here with your God or with your higher spirit to get back in control, because sometimes this points that we work and we don't actually have control over our life, because our life involves working, and there's actually nothing deeper in the sense of our life. So sometimes this means that we need to reorient ourselves here, because the next card is actually a little bit in alignment with it here. We need to connect here with our soul family. So it's possible sometimes with this card, it points that we feel alone, but actually this is not the time to do things alone. Maybe your mind is a little bit isolated and focused, but actually we need to seek some form of support and energy from others. But it's important we do this with people who are like-minded of us. So if you don't have a group who is like-minded to you, you should find a group who thinks in the same way as you do. This is important here that you do so. You need to try to find a community where you feel appreciated, respected, and the people who respect and appreciate the way your mind works here. This is what we are seeing here. And if you do so, you will feel a reuniting with yourself and also with these people here. It doesn't matter how you find this reconnection. Maybe you have a friend far away and you have need for a long conversation on the phone or whatever media platform here. It doesn't matter. Maybe you meet somebody. If you feel that you are connected with a certain person here, wherever you are, and you feel supportive here and you feel aligned, we should communicate with this person. It will, if you do so, it will energize you here, but sometimes it's difficult here to reach out. We need to find our confidence back, because sometimes this points that we lost our confidence a little bit, because maybe sometimes it points that we don't see things very clear in our life, that the current situation is not as we liked it to be. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. If we take some distance, we could see that our perspectives are changing. So we need to take a step back here, and we need to also try to have some fun. This is also important, that we have some fun, because if you're always working, there's no fun anymore. So here you need to spend some time with people who think the same as you, but also who appreciate the same things as you do. So this is important now, that we do this for our mind, and you will see that more success and you will feel more happy. This is what we are seeing here. The last card here is that we should come down to earth. What does this card mean? Well, here it's in alignment with the other two cards here. Here we see that we need to come back down to earth. We have created a persona for ourselves, who we are, but maybe it's not truly who we are. It's just an ego that we have created here. And if we are honest to ourselves, we see that deep in ourselves, it's like we don't really feel good. Some of you here might perceive this as a failure and not wanting to be where they are now. So here this card tells us to come with our feet on the ground and to be honest to yourself here, and stop forging something that you don't really want to be. It's not here that we give thumbs up, everything is okay, because probably with this card it's not. Here we need to, like the same, we need to take a step back here. We need to look at ourselves here. It will require some attention. It will take some space going back here. We need some rest here. If we don't have rest, it's important here with this card that we take some rest. Maybe some people are close to us, and we notice that these people stimulate us in making superficious choices, but actually you need to go in another level. Maybe you need to go out of your ordinary life and take it to the next level. Psychologists tell this is a mask. Sociologists, they tell it's conditioning. It depends on what kind of therapist. Sometimes it's called shtick here also. Anyway, here we see that we have created an image here that maybe is not what we are. We have created a certain image for us, and it's probably not who you are. And actually, it's you who are blocking yourself. There is something inside yourself. There's a spark here that you have dampened. And here we need to ask ourselves, in what area am I not authentic? Am I playing some kind of comedy here? Am I on the stage? Am I playing a role that I'm required to play? And am I good? Probably you're very good in the act that you are playing. And so it's so good that it clouded who you really are. Anyway, here we need to see that we need to find our true selves back here, because here the persona that we have created here, it's blocking our mind here. So we need to be ready here to overcome ourselves here. And here we need to find ourselves back, because this is what is expected from us. This is what the cards tell us here. Try to find yourself back. And if you find your true self back, you come off the stage, you stop playing your role, then you will see that this whole thing will become more beneficial to you. I'm not saying this is gonna be easy, but it will be important for yourself that you do so, that you come back to earth, that you stop playing certain roles that are making you tired. Anyway, Pisces, this is all for the fire group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short spiritual philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. Anyway, you can also find out the classic Lenormand card readings. If you're interested in love card readings, you can find this also on my channel. There's a lot of choice there on the channel. You can find, I'm sure, some other things that are interesting you and that give you a clear look on the future. Anyway, Pisces, I want to thank you for your time that you spend on my channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe And thank you for doing so. Thank you, Pisces, and bye-bye for now.